Okay, this is part 3. So, the whole ripple across the Charles River and the whole thing, because Newton is turning on the vibration of the harmonic rods, or yada yada, and, so then Peter's trying to work the thing, and then an FBI agent, like, right next to him, just, like, disintegrates into thin air by the blast of the thing, but Peter, remains totally fine. Well, not totally fine, but, yeah. And then before he defeated the thing, or whatever, there was a weird, like, bridge, like, because the bridge was, like, it wasn't, like, full. I don't know how to even explain it. I probably sound really stupid right now, but, like, say you have this whole bridge, and then, like, the two sides were there, but the middle part, which should be right here, wasn't. And so this part was forming, and, like, vibrating, like, viciously, like, it was about to, like, come to this universe, but then, like, Peter stopped the frequency with the weird hammer thing, but before he all, like, got blacked out or whatever, he saw on the little side of the bridge, because they thought Newton was trying to bring over an army of shapeshifters for the war between the universes, yada yada yada, but it was just one man, and I do not know who that is, but I will tell you my theory after I finish the rehab. So, Peter's done, and he totally finished, but then he blacks out, and then he wakes up in the hospital, and he's like, welcome back, and stuff, and, like, gives him a piece of ice or something, and it's all cute and whatever. And then he's like, could I talk to Walter? And she's like, oh, sure. And so she leaves, and Walter comes in, and he's like, oh, Peter, I'm so happy, you're okay, oh my gosh, I'm so worried. And then he's like, hello, Walter. And then he's like, oh, what's going on? He's like, I think I understand it now. I'm not from here, am I? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, oh my gosh. Are you serious? And he's like, I thought, Peter might be like, I don't know, like, forgiving, maybe, because he's, like, so amazingly awesome, but he was just like, when I was on that bridge, I was trying to do the thing, and then the FBI agent next to me totally disintegrated into pieces, but it didn't hurt me, and I saw one man on the other side of the bridge or whatever, and he wasn't fazed either. It didn't affect me or the man from the other side. You didn't just open another hole to the universe. You went through and took me. And then he's like, oh, Peter, you have to understand. You were dying. And he's like, I understand fine, or something like that. And he's like, but son, and he's like, I'm not your son. And at that point, I was like, Peter, come on, seriously? He was so mean, and Walter was, like, crying. And don't you, like, hate it when Walter cries? I don't know how many times he's cried in the season, but it always makes me, like, oh. Like, poor Walter. I mean, if it weren't for Walter, then, like, Peter would be dead right now. He wouldn't even be having this conversation of, like, saving the world and whatnot. But I guess everything will be different. But anyway, like, still, I mean, he kind of saved him and everything. Well, he did, and, like, it just made me kind of mad that he was, like, so, like, cold to him. But anyway, so then, after he tells him that he knows, then, he's like, I'd like to be alone now. So Peter leaves. Oh, sorry about that. My sister's screaming because someone knocked on the door. And so then, in another recovery room, Newton, nurses the man he brought over. What? Nurses? He didn't bring over, he didn't even get over there. Did I totally miss this part? Oh! So wait, it can't be the man. I think Fox is wrong, because he didn't even get over there. I don't know. He's helping some dude, in a hospital recovery room, and, like, all this stuff. And supposedly it's the secretary guy. Okay, I think this is, like, jacked up a bit. That part. I don't think the secretary is the man they brought over from the other side, because they wouldn't have been, because they didn't succeed with the, I don't know. So then the last part, which, like, totally made me, like, want to, like, kill someone, was, like, Olivia goes to Walter, and then she's like, he's like, oh, what's wrong, Agent Dunham? And he's like, Peter tried to checked out of the hospital this morning or yesterday, and he's like, he isn't returning any of my phone calls. He isn't answering his phone. He's not at the lab. He's not in this house. Peter's gone. And that's the end. Isn't that absolutely terrible? I was like, what? He didn't even say goodbye to Olivia. I was just like really upset. And now, I don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, poor Walter and Peter and Olivia, like everyone is like probably having a terrible time right now. So Peter better come back and like bring Olivia a shitload of flowers. So yeah, that's all I can say about The Man from the Other Side, season 2, episode 19. Woo! And if you guys didn't see the promo already for Brown Betty, next week the musical episode finally. No wait, technically it would be this week because today's Sunday. I mean, this week's episode, Brown Betty, the musical episode, looks so, like, tight, man. You see, like, oh, sorry, my banner. They were, like, dancing, and then Peter, like, dips Olivia, and it's, like, so cute, and it looks, like, epic. So, make sure to watch that, and, yeah. Oh, my theory about, who was on the bridge, despite Fox's weird recap thing saying that it's the secretary that he brought over. I was thinking that it might be Walter Knit, aka Walter from the alternate universe, or William Bell. I'm not sure, but I can't really think of anyone else it would be. But I guess if the secretary wasn't there already, then it would be the secretary, I'm assuming. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for watching my recap. Sorry it's late, and sorry my speech is, like, totally terrible. Okay, bye, guys!